Both ears broke off my Equinox Double-D Smart Coil. I was having a great day at the beach metal detecting. I have no spare detectors or search coils, so I came up with a temporary fix. I just happened to have some 3/4 inch Velcro, and that saved the day. Actually, it saved the whole week. Hi, I'm Dave, and this is the Carve Tools channel. In this video, I will show you how I made a permanent repair to my Double-D Smart Coil. Come on, let's get started. Somehow I managed to break the ears off the coil. Now I really do not know the proper name for these, and it may actually be called a yoke. Anyway, for now, I will call these ears. I took some measurements and started thinking about how I can replace these broken ears. While on vacation at the beach, I just happened to have some 3/4 inch Velcro, and that worked okay for the rest of the week. I made an X pattern with the Velcro, and there was no interference when detecting in the sand, so I was able to find the numerous bottle caps, tent pegs, keys, random aluminum trash, and even some coins, so it wasn't a wasted week. Here I removed the Velcro, and the X pattern held the shaft in place just fine. I already removed the skid plate and rinsed the sand from the coil. I got to thinking some type of 3D printed bracket would work, and I found that there was a design that had already been created, so I printed one out. The 3D printed bracket looks nice, and it appears to be sturdy. Here I try a test fit. This fits over the ears just fine, but I think there's still going to be a problem on how the lower shaft fits. It looks like this bracket was made to be used as a stiffener for the coil ears and not necessarily one with a completely broken set of ears. There is too much slop, and I could use some plastic washers to fill the gaps, or make a little modification so the bracket ears are a little wider and still use the broken ears on the coil for support when gluing this in. Here is the 3D printed modified bracket. These ears are a little wider. It's a little over 5 millimeters, and I think 5.5 millimeters would have been the perfect thickness, but I'm going to use this anyway. Right now, this does not set flush against the coil because of the broken ears, and this was by design, and here's why. At the dotted line, I'm going to use a Dremel tool, and I'm going to make this flush to marry up with the new bracket. I take a little off at a time and check the fit until they are flush. Buying a new coil would not be a big deal, but when you have some tools available, why not just go and make something to fix it? Yes, this fits much better. Now I'm going to glue the bracket to the coil. I have some 5-minute epoxy, and this will work just fine. I mix a small amount, and I will apply it to all the surfaces of the bracket that make contact with the coil. I made an applicator out of a piece of a wooden skewer. I try not to use too much epoxy so there won't be any squeeze out. The broken ears will be glued in right here. I laid down some parchment paper to protect my cut mat when using this epoxy. The bracket has epoxy on it, so I press it into the coil. I clamp the bracket in place and wait for the epoxy to cure. This clamp will not fit flush, so I put a thin piece of wood between the bracket and the clamp. So I'm going to let this dry for a while and come back and remove the clamps. The epoxy has dried for a few hours, and I'll remove the clamps, and it's looking good so far. I don't have much free time, so this is a week later. I mounted the lower shaft and inserted the nut and bolt. The bracket looks nice, and it looks like it's made a strong connection to the coil. As I try this out, it feels normal, and now I'm back to detecting again. So this broken EQX DOUBLE-D SMART COIL is functional again, thanks to the 3D printed bracket. If this video was interesting or helpful in repairing your search coils, please subscribe to the Carve Tools channel and leave a comment. Thanks for watching. This is the Carve Tools channel. I'm Dave. Have a great day. Well, it never fails when making a video. These cats were curious. Okay, let's do that over.